Okay, regular verbs in the present tense. When do you use the present tense? The present tense is used to describe something occurring now or in the near future. So for example, mangiare in the present tense can mean I eat. So io mangio can mean I eat, I do eat, I am eating, or I will eat soon. So it's kind of, in this sense, it's much easier than English because you see how there's 4 different ways of saying the exact same thing in English as one phrase in Italian. So this replaces all 4 of these. How do you conjugate the present tense? Okay, so we have, as we talked about in the subject pronoun section, we have first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural. Okay, so for an ARE verb, so we have ARE, ERE, and IRE verbs. And then for the IRE, we have 2, or some may say 3 different conjugations for the IRE verbs. So the basic endings in the present tense for a regular verb, regular ARE verb would be o, I, a, iamo, ate, ano. Okay, you can, as I always did, just make a little song out of it. So o, I, a, iamo, ate, ano. For example, parlare, to speak. So io parlo, tu parli, lei or lui parla, noi parliamo, voi parlate, and loro parlano. Now, if you have an ARE verb that is preceded by a C, okay, you need to add an H in here and here to retain the hard C sound. Okay, otherwise this will change to a soft C. So for instance, it turns into cercare is to look for or to search for. So we have cerco, cerchi, cerca, cerchiamo, cercate, cercano. Now, if we don't have the H in here, instead of being cerchi, this would be cerci. And instead of cerchiamo, it would be cerciamo. So that is why we have to put the H in here to retain the hard C sound that you have with a CARE verb. Okay, likewise, pagare, to pay. So the same thing with a G, you need to add the H in there to retain the hard G sound that you get from a GARE verb. So pago, paghi, paga, paghiamo, pagate, pagano. Okay, so again, we added the H in here in the second person singular and the first person plural. Okay, an ERE verb, the endings would be o, I, e, iamo, ette, ono. Okay, so do you see any difference here? The difference is in the third person. The third person singular, the second person plural, and the third person plural. Okay, so those are the only ones that are different. The o, I, and iamo stay the same, no matter if it's an ARE or ERE verb. So for example, we have vedere, which is to see. Vedo, vedi, vede, vediamo, vedete, vedono. In an IRE verb, now where do you see the differences? That's right. The only difference is in the ite. Ette, ite. Okay? Everything else is the same between the ERE and the IRE verbs. So that means that for all 3 of these, the o, I, and iamo are the same. So the only difference is these guys here. And between these 2, the only difference is this one. Okay? So we have dormire is our regular IRE verb. Dormo, dormi, dorme. dormiamo, dormite, dormono. And now we also have a second conjugation of the IRE verbs, which instead of ending in these regular endings here, we change them to isco, ishi, isce, iamo, ite, iscono. Okay, so they probably sound kind of different to you, but these two remain the same. Okay, so the iamo and ite are the same here between the both different conjugations of the IRE verbs. Okay, but then we got the isco, ishi, isce, and then the iscono are different. For our example, we have capire, which is to understand or to know. So we have capisco, capisci, capisce, capiamo, capite, capiscono. Okay, so notice that the sound is soft here, capisci, capisce, and it's hard, capisco and capiscono here and here. Just something to be aware of.